Built on a site with a thought-provoking urban fabric, the tiny house, as we call it, is designed as a fluent response to the immediate site context. Considering the fact, the joy and pride of having an own home is so relatable and justified. Also, due to the high population density, there are many housing projects coming up in the city with smaller fragments of land, especially in the old city of Surat. Hi, I am Darika Asarawala, co-founder at Neogenesis Plus Studio 0261, along with Jigar Asarawala and Chinmay Laiwala. Today, I am going to take you to the tour of tiny house, which is in Surat. Client is a budding entrepreneur who has a very basic requirement. He came with a requirement of only 2 bedrooms with his family of 5. The site is in the old city area of Surat, and here we have actually a primary road which is leading towards this huge chowk. Chowk is the old city area's very vibrant character, and our site is located on the first lane towards the left of the chowk. The site is facing southern direction, and 3 sides of the site are having adjoining residences which are sharing common walls to the site. So we only have the front which is open towards the south. So our core focus was to create an ample space with maximum possibilities of light, ventilation and privacy when it is needed. As we are approaching this street, which is on the southern side, we are heading towards the entrance space. So we have placed a hume pipe over here on the ground floor to accommodate a plant on the first floor area. Then we are directly going towards the staircase lobby. Staircase is going up. We have also provided a small lift core for the future expansion. So as soon as you arrive on this floor, here is the lift lobby, and you are entering to the living room over here, which has a built-in seating over here, and then with a center table which extends towards this courtyard's place. As we enter into the courtyard, we have a small patch of green over here, which is like variety of plants are there, and the floor is made up from this small 4x4 kadappa stone to make it a rustic look. Then we have a double height screen, which is perforated screen, which are basically a louvered. We can operate it. If you open it, it gives us the 100% transparency, but when we close it, it gives a privacy to the spaces. This courtyard is having a double height space, which is again open from the top, so we can also welcome the rain inside the house. We have kept the shutters over here, which is again a glass sliders, which are full height sliding doors. It can separate the courtyard from the living room. Courtyard helped us introvert the living areas, and a small green space become the focal point of the house. As soon as we arrived on the second floor, here is the entrance, which is connected to the dining space for the 6-seater, and we have placed a main kitchen area into this C shape, which is again having operable sliding windows towards the southern facade. We have used this platform, which is made with a quartzite tile, which are 8 feet by 4 feet tile, and the dado tile, we have used the vitrified tiles, which are simple tile, but we have used the CNC and we have made it look like mosaic tiles. So we have kept the large openings, which are sliding windows over here. If the louvers are open, we can directly connect it to the streets. And when the louvers are closed, they give the privacy to the kitchen area. So we have used this kadappa stone, which is we have used it in cast in C2 terrazzo. So it is making a floor seamless. Walls are normal plaster walls. We have kept all the slabs which are exposed to achieve the maximum height of the space. When we arrived on the third floor, it is a children's bedroom which is having a double bed over here and a small study tucked in a place. This room is having a sliding window again and a smaller planter bed outside the window. So it becomes a Juliet window kind of a space. And over here there is a wardrobe space and a small mirror and the attached toilet over here, which is a small space. The material palette we kept very simple. We have used white oak wood and white oak laminate for the all furnitures and windows and partitions to make the material palette subtle. So when we arrived on the fourth floor, it's the same typical floor as we have seen on the third floor, but it's just that we have extended balcony over here on the facade, which is again establishing a connection with the outer facade and on the street. The master bedroom has a washroom attached to it. So we have planted this curtain wall creeper all over the house so it can make a green screen on the facade. We arrived on the terrace floor. We have kept a small shower area and a wash area over here. As we don't have a space on the lower floors for cloth drying area, one can have a cloth drying area over here, and we have placed a screen over here to maintain a privacy from the street. As you have seen that for the majority of the floor area and the floor plates are similar, we have placed a vertical core on the rear side of the plot. So we have placed a skylight to give ample light on this service area. Although we intended to re-articulate the definition of gala house, we didn't want the structure to be taken out of the context. So we kept the elevation with the cleaner lower stories, which are again wrapped into the perforated screens, and jutting out the balconies on the upper floor, establishing a connection with the street and blending in with the surroundings. Small-scale projects are usually overlooked due to their constraints, but if worked out beyond conventional design, they can so far be interesting. After all, it is a wonderful sensation for a person to build his own home. At the end of the day, it's not how big the house is, it's how happy the home is.